Hey everybody, Sandy here, AK Montoli, and we're back for another Vintage League, and we're going to bring back an old buddy in Bant today. Bant is a deck that I had an affair with a couple of years ago. I played it fairly consistently and put up some decent results with it, but of course, the deck went the wayside, and I am bringing it back today because I really like the card Faerie Mastermind. I also like the card White Plume Adventurer, and obviously this is a Hate Bears deck, and I think Faerie Mastermind is a really good card, and the limited experience I've had with it, it has been extremely powerful. So I'm going to take this in today and see how it ends up going. Not to intone this is a polished deck list by anything. I know it's a little weird having a 4th Thali in the sideboard, but obviously against combo, I think it's an important card. So I'm hedging my bets a little bit there. And no counter magic, really just going with a couple Dazes and a couple Flusterstorms, no Force of Wills in the deck. So let's see how we do, guys. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like and subscribe button. Feel free to leave any comments. I will get back to you. We're going to see round one. Okay, guys, here we are in round one of our Vintage League. We're playing some Bant today. We did not win the die roll, unfortunately. So if our opponent is playing combo, that could be pretty rough on us. If they're not, we could be in decent shape. So what do we got here? Yeah, I think this is reasonable. I like having the misstep here. Go turn one Noble Hierarch, potentially. Find a Mox. We could maybe do a Thallium. I think letting a Ponder Resolve is reasonable. They did not shuffle their library. Go get a green source here. Tropical Island's fine. Getting Wasteland is just part of life. Happy that resolved. That makes life a lot easier for me. If we draw Wasteland now, we are very likely to be able to cast one of our big spells here. My opponent is most likely on combo here, is my guess. So we're pretty vulnerable this turn. But if they hold off on their Moxen, okay, they do have Wasteland. Okay. All right. See if the Ancestral here. I'm going to flash in Faerie Mastermind. Let's see what they do here. There we go. So they can hard cast a Force of Will here. But I am going to... Op Agent would be pretty rough. What do I want to get here? Probably just a white source. I don't think it matters. Opponent has 5 cards still. They might Force a Will this here. They could cast it. I do like the Mox there. Probably would have preferred a land. Let's get in. 3 damage. I think I'm going to play, like, Lavinia's probably what I want to play here, but Thalia is not bad either. I think I'm going to edge towards Thalia here. I think that's probably where I want to be. See if that resolves. Time Walk is an option too, I guess. But I think it's fairly likely my opponent is holding up Flusterstorm here, so... Okay, Thalia's in. We can still Mental Misstep. If my opponent cantrips, we can draw Faerie Mastermind. Not sure if my opponent is double queued or really thinking through their lines. I guess there could be a bunch of them. They have quite a bit of mana and 6 cards in hand. So here we go. Is this an Oko? Oko resolves. Create a food, yep. They do have Wasteland, okay. So we are really looking for a land here. That is unfortunate. I cannot time walk with my Thalia here. But we are going to go after their Oko. And this will set up being able to come at them next turn. So if they don't do anything here and they just make their food token, we will be able to take them out in the sky. Oko, because of the Exalted trigger. And yeah, they might force a will here. Nope. Okay. And no land for us, unfortunately. So my opponent has done pretty well with their wastelands here, but Noble Hierarch is help holding up the fort here. Hopefully this is not a time walk. Oh, there's not a card. There's a card you don't see too often, eh? Yeah. All right. Well, they've got a pretty good army going. No need to do that now. So we're playing against Bug. So I can flip this thing now, making it inopportune for them to attack, and I think that's probably better than playing the Mox here. I do realize the Mox gives me an Archon next turn or a Time Walk, but hopefully I just draw land naturally. I really do like the idea of being able to trade with Leovold if I'm able to. Yeah, oh, they might be able to just naturally flip my guy here. I was not anticipating they'd be able to do that, but I will trade with Leovold for sure. This is very likely an Abrupt Decay or an Assassin's Trophy that they have. I'm going to get in for 4 here and see what they do. I'm going to try and Time Walk. Maybe I don't Time Walk. Maybe Archon is just better. I'm not sure. I feel like there's a very strong chance that they have Flusterstorm here, so I think I'm just going to continue to pressure with my creatures and maybe set that up next turn because they're needing to answer me here. Or this just could be as simple as a Force of Will. Yep. Okay, so they're down to 1 card here. Unfortunately, we are off of our mental misstep here, so them drawing an Ancestor would be unfortunate. But we will get one with our Faerie Mastermind back. Yep, okay, not bad. Oko would be the card I don't want to see most here. Yeah, they do have it. Okay. Wonder if they just animate their Mox here. Nope. We unfortunately are penciled into attacking that. and killing it, but we should be able to do that because we have a time walk here. What will be interesting is, do they attack me? So that was really fortunate for us. How close can I get to killing them here? These life gains are slightly problematic, so I am going to kill the Oko. And Noble Herrick looking pretty strong here. Ooh. Well, I'm casting that. So our patience did pay off with that time walk. And we're going to play this here, and it is unlikely they will be able to steal the initiative from me here, and getting the land is strong. We'll play that, turning our misstep on. I think we untap Thalia here. Okay. Nice win versus Bug. Yeah, so maybe the Liberators are better than Thalia. Because Liberators can turn into 3/3s. Let's try this out. I mean, I've got some suspect cards in my deck for sure, but this is a nice looking hand. Okay. No messed up this time for Death Right. Mm-hmm. I could Ancestral in their upkeep, but I think, or maybe I Ancestral now? I don't know. It's probably not very good. Maybe I Time Walk. Maybe I can just be patient here. That's unfortunate. Not sure what I want to do here. Maybe didn't handle this one the best. Land, please. Oh, so good, guys. Maybe should have thought about this a little bit more. I'm going to Time Walk, though. I think I want the white source. See if this works. And it does. Okay. Land, please. Oh, they're gonna trophy here. And they're just eating it? Okay, I'm gonna white bloom here. And they're gonna force, no force. Oh, interesting. Okay, get to untap my Faerie Mastermind. Can't stop that. I think I have to daze it. The reason I am doing that is they're going to have to tap their Deathrite Shaman and they can't take the initiative from me. Okay. And I'm going to forge. If they have removal, so be it. Getting in, guys. This sets up that I can block the Deathrite if I don't want to give them the initiative, which is something to think about. Or I can Endurance if they use their Deathrite here. I suspect this is likely an Oko that they're going to play. And attack in with their Deathrite. Okay. So they took the choice away. They're going to get the initiative here for a turn. I mean, they only have 2 cards in hand. Yeah, they're going to go up to 3 here in a second, but they have to remove my Faerie here, so I can't take the initiative back, which they've already used 2 Death Sparks here. Collector Roof obviously looking really bad here. I'd be grateful to shuffle that away with a Brainstorm here. Scrying, yep. Makes sense. If I can find another green source to get this Endurance, then that would be really sweet. Because I can trap them with that, potentially. Even Oko here is, yeah, like it's, oh, they do have Decay, okay. Nice. I can resolve a Brainstorm through a Flusterstorm. Nurse it. So that turned my brainstorm off, which is pretty bad. There's Oko next turn. Okay, this one is slipping away from me here. The risk is that they have Force of Will, but trap. No, they can't go in the trap. Stash. So I need a number of things to go right for me here. They did find a Force of Will. That's unfortunate. I mean, that was the risk, right? So they played a land, Tropical Island. I know they have Oko and Force of Will and one unknown. And here comes Oko. They can put that on their treasure. They're creating a food token. All right. So do they have a blue card to go with the Force of Will? It's a death right. No. Okay. Come on. Going after Narset here because I have two card draw engines here. I suspect they're probably just going to chump. Yeah. I don't think we can win here. I've got that initiative as the issue, and I don't think I'm going to likely get it back. That Oko is going to cause me some problems here. And they are in the catacombs now. Like a swords could help here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So they did identify correctly that I could have swords in my deck. One thing their deck definitely has that mine does not is they've got a lot of removal. I feel like this game is gone, but maybe not. Okay, a little bit of a difficult loss. Probably shouldn't have conceded due to time, but Collector Roof is pretty bad. Don't really have good sideboarding options here, though. Just bring in a couple Thalias. Yeah, this hand is like pretty mediocre. That could be better. Yeah, much better. Put Outland Liberator away. Seems reasonable. We do a turn 1 Sylvan Library. And keep that one. Could put a turn 1 Liberator into play, but I think I like the Wasteland here. This could fetch a Force. Yeah. I'm just going to Wasteland me and pass. Very likely sequence. If that's the case, we're going to get a White Plume into play, which is strong. Misstep, yep. Yeah. Oh, come on. That was not a good draw. Oko away. Yeah, Oko is such a beating, man. This stuff is gone. They can kill this if they have a death mark. Problem I'm now faced with is Oko. Maybe I can get them with Endurance. They have used a Force of Will already. Yep. Okay. Casting a White Plume here. Get another white source. Okay. They do not have black manas yet, so And if they don't, I could run away with this here. Okay. It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm putting the +5 on this guy. The +2. It's a good draw. Mm-hmm. Yep. No mana. So my mana didn't work out right here, but we are coming after Oko pretty hard. We're going to trap. I mean, if they have to keep chump blocking, it's pretty good for me. I mean, Oko is cycling here, but I'm just drawing cards I already know are there, but it is what it is. Archive next turn is going to help a lot here. Mm-hmm. They found another force here. Nope. Archives. Days is nice. Send both at Oko. I mean, I could be dealing lethal damage here, but we're just so in control of this game here. I don't think it's necessary. All right, nice win for us there, guys. Okay, guys, here we are, round 2 of our Vintage League with Bant. We did not win the die roll, unfortunately. Let's see what our opponents got up their sleeves here. I believe this player, OKMV, is a rug player, a rug planeswalker. Let's see today what they are on. My deck is somewhat vulnerable to Renin 6. I've got a number of creatures that just die to it, such as Faerie, Mastermind, Noble Hierarch, Thalia. Okay, this hand I do not think we can keep. I have to mulligan this one. Oh boy. Well, I've got a probe. Guess I'll keep it. It's a little bit dangerous. I think Lavinia is the card that I am most far away from. I'm going to get a redraw with Cataxian Probe with all likelihood. I've got a Noble Hierarch can cast if I find a fetch. Did not find a fetch. So no Wasteland, which is pretty good. What's awkward about this hand for me, they're going to be able to force my play no matter what I do. I'm going to play the Wasteland. And the reason I'm playing the Wasteland is if they draw their own Wasteland here, then I don't get pinched. Excuse me, off my colored mana. I'm going to let them EI here, or they could collect a roof, I guess. Let's see, I'd much rather them collect a roof. That's right. So I am punished for this line. Boy, I'm really struggling on... they have Pyroblast, too, for my stuff. So I'm really not doing very well here. I am going to Swords this. They're probably going to have to force will this. So what my opponent needs to be fear... Okay, so they did pitch Force, and I'm okay with this. I'm not going to Wasteland them here. Force is gone. They do have the EI. I can't really stop them, and Archon is looking like my play here if I find a land, so I'm pretty happy with that, I think. Oh, they did find a Wasteland. Oh, dear. Okay. This game is probably over here. Yep. And they have Pyroblast up. Okay, not punished. I guess I'm going to get a green source here. And cast a... do I want Sylvan Library? Sylvan Library is pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to cast Sylvan Library here. It gives me the best shot of finding a land. I would have liked the Noble Hierarch, but I think it's a more efficient line to do it this way. My opponent's going to cast EI and hold up Pyroblast, which is a pretty good line. Saging, yep. I'm going to get a white source here. Okay. So they do have Pyroblast up here. But I think I want an Archon. Archon is pretty powerful. I'm going to wasteland my opponent's red source here. Okay. Somehow finding myself in this game. So they are going to EI here, and their land will come and play tapped, which is going to allow me to time walk. Collect roof, okay. I guess I'll time walk first. Cannot cast the Hierarch because of the Archon being in play. I'm going to cast Lavinia. And the reason I'm casting that is that they cannot EI without first removing the Lavinia. I don't think I'm the beatdown here. No. So they're going to try and Pyroblast end a turn here. Ooh, that was a really good draw. I will attack this turn. And they're going to Pyroblast here. Yep. Now they can EI. Just coming in. I think this is fine. I'm going to flash in Faerie Mastermind here. They're going to EI. Interesting. Time Walk. Okay. That's a little bit discouraging. I think I'm going to trade here. We are falling behind here. So here's their EI. There's their land, 2 cards in hand. Okay. Another Hierarch. They can gain life. Fortunately, they are winning the race somewhat this way, but if I have to, I can start jump blocking. I will continue to kill the red source here, meaning that they have to tap their Deathrite to produce mana. Nice, okay. I'll take it. Two cards in hand. Hopefully this is not an Oko. Or a Wren for that matter. Okay. Ooh, that was a nice one. That was a really nice draw. That might win me the game here, maybe. Let's see. This White Plume Adventure is a pretty good card. Now a strong defense here. My opponent has conceded. If they fetched there, they were dead to the Archon. Geez, nice win for us there. So that is from my Vintage Challenge today, and a bit of a sad story, but I played White Initiative 5 times in a row. And I was 3-2 versus it, and round 6 came around, and I'm doing some work on the front of my home, and my contractor knocked on my door, and I got in a long conversation. I ended up timing out on my round 6, so a little bit disappointing result there at 3-3 today, but I felt like we did get the better side of the initiative matchup, and of course I did make one significant punt, which cost me a match, unfortunately, but quite distracted today with the contractors, but they are gone home, and we're trying a fun deck out today to compensate for that tournament. So we are playing against a Walker deck, and I feel like Thalia is pretty reasonable. I also feel like Endurance is pretty reasonable in this matchup. Days, probably meh. Sylvan Library, I like. Flusterstorm, I don't think is likely to be great. I definitely like Misstep. Probably could cut Faerie Mastermind. I do like the Faerie Mastermind because it's cheap. Whereas Endurance is a little bit tougher. I think I can cut an Endurance. It's pretty funny. I was not in my sideboard. I was in my actual deck editor. I have to go back and fix that up afterwards. Collector Roof is pretty meh. Lavinia is pretty meh too, for that matter. Flusterstorm is definitely not at its best in this match. We could do something like this. Maybe could have had the 4th Thalia in there. Okay, this is a strong opener for sure. So this is one that needs to be sequenced correctly, because if you just slam the Archon, you're going to find yourself feeling sorry for yourself. Because you can only play 1 spell per turn. That is pretty nice, drawing that Daze, let me tell you. Archon is a card that could just take over the game here. So they're going to force my Lotus. That's fine. The awkward part for us is if we Daze here, we set ourselves back a land drop, but dismember. I am going to Daze that, because if I get Wastelanded, I'm going to feel a little bit worse about my situation here. Oh dear. Black Lotus. It's probably just an Ancestral Recall was my guess. They're already down to 14. I'm going to chip away at them here. I could bluff Flusterstorm, but I don't think it's going to work, so... Yeah, it's just Ancestral. Yep. Okay. A little bit floody right now, but Getting in for chip damage here. So they have another wasteland here. Okay. I'm just going to get a basic. And just my wife calling there. I'm going to put the basic into play here. And if my opponent has a strip mine, I mean, that's fine. And they did. Okay. Like, I think this is fine. I've got a lot of land. That's right. Yep. Mox. That was actually a really decent draw, believe it or not. Let's see if I can resolve it. Because now I can hold up, well, I can cast Archon and play Endurance. So that's pretty good. I'm just going to play Archon. I think Archon objectively is the most powerful card out of these ones. It's in. Ren in 6 here is a little bit of a bummer if they find Ren. Okay, EI. Two flash spells here, pretty good. Scalding Tarn comes to play tapped. Archon is hitting for 3 here as well. I feel like I can flash Endurance in here. Oh, wait till my opponent taps their Death Right to do it. What's interesting is that they target mine. Now, that's their play for the turn. I don't know if my opponent realizes that. Maybe they do. I cannot be Force of Willed here, which is pretty awesome. Yep, concession. Okay, nice win for us there, guys. See you next round. Okay, guys. Once again, losing vital die rolls. Can you imagine? This was on the play here. My opponent is playing PO, so this could be a tough go for us here. Oh, bizarre. That is not what I expected. Hopefully they don't have too big of a start. Because Archon is quite good against them. In addition to that, so is Faerie Mastermind will help here. Dredge is going to be a tough one for me, unfortunately. Wasteland is vital here. We really needed a Wasteland. Okay. Well, they might try and counter this. I don't think Faerie Mastermind is likely to be good because of the Dredgers here. Like, we needed it on the play, not the draw. But what's more likely to get damage through Faerie Mastermind or Thalia? What Thalia does, that Faerie Mastermind does not do, is it blocks Icarids. But we don't need to worry about an Icarid this turn. And unfortunately, I think I need to cast the Faerie Mastermind first. Because Faerie Mastermind can deal damage in the air. And if they force this, I don't think I will pick a fight over it. But this one I will. And of course, they will likely try and counter this if they're able to. And my opponent, I thought they had a force, but I guess they don't. This is still not going to be enough for me. I need to find a Wasteland here. think we can probably pack it in. Let's see. I don't know what the depths of this deck can be. I mean, if we didn't have the Black Lotus there, we would be just doomed, but on the play, we might have had a chance, but in the draw, I think we're just too far behind. Wow. Double Bazaar. That can't be good for me. I need a Wasteland now. How many Icarids do we have here? One Icarid. Problem with this is that my days is shut off, but not much I can do about that. This is over. I can concede this game. But the good news is we have some strong tools here. I do like my swords and my surgicals. Now, what is not great here? I think Faerie Mastermind is pretty poor. Maybe, let's see. I don't mind Liberator. These are bad. Flusterstorm, definitely not at its best here. I think Thalia is okay. Where Thalia really shines is its ability to stop Icarids coming in. We don't have to trade resources for it, but we need to make cuts here. I do think Faerie Mastermind is just too weak. Sylvan Library is too slow. Mental Misstep, I don't think is where I want to be here. I also think G-Probe is pretty weak. Let's see how we do here. Don't think they can keep that. Internal and Lavinia. This is one I can get behind. And this does deal with Hollow One. It's a turn one play I have. But I have to put 2 cards back here. I actually think we might have to put away the White Bloom here. Yeah. This is just far more efficient here this way. Now, if my opponent does not play a Hollow One here, or a counterspell of any sort, this Outland Liberator is pretty decent. Sad thing is my opponent did keep 7. Okay, that wasn't amazing for them. All right, so that is going to force my surgical here. I could take their Icarid, but I think I'm going to take their Dredger and get a little bit greedy here. Yep. So really what they need to worry about here is, do they have another Bazaar? Because if they don't, it could be good for me. Because they're a long ways off from manual discard. So they do have the hollow one. Okay. One of those is a stinkweed. Or, excuse me, not a stinkweed. What's it called? The Golgari. Yeah, we're going to try and flip this thing here. Hope my opponent has no play. I guess they have Icarid coming. You can absorb this one. We just need to fade a Bazaar here, I think. 7. It's going to put me to 11. And then another green source I can cast. I can just destroy it. He should have attacked. They should have attacked. So wrong land. They gave up 4 free damage there. The good news is we're not receiving any pressure from the graveyard currently. And Lavinia was a nice one. This means that there will be no free spells from them. That was a pretty bad draw, but I'm going to keep playing my stuff out here. All right, snuck one out there. But of course, it's going to get a lot tougher here. Just looking at the way my deck is built, endurance is really bad in this deck. We just don't have enough green spells to pitch. I think I like the way we're built. I have to hope my opponent mulligans down pretty low here. Sometimes you don't notice your flaws of your deck building until you're in the moment, and yeah, this is so awkward. We got a wasteland. Got to keep it. Just have to hope. They did keep another 7. Gonna have to hope we draw a green card. Okay, no hollow one looks like. That's good news. Green. Ooh, surgical was a nice one. Really not sure what I'm doing here. We'll see if there's a Nox of Survival here that forces my hand. I think if my opponent wants to use the Icarid here, I'm fine with that. Now, the question is does my opponent have another Bazaar in their hand? I think I have to gamble that they don't. Okay. Green card? Wow. High rolling here. I could take Icarids away. I could take their Bazaars away permanently. I feel like I just don't think we can worry about Bazaar. I think I'm going to take the Icarids away. I'll do that in their upkeep. So they are going to get a Narcomoeba out of this. But that's it. And I think that's okay. Yeah, had I been a little more proactive last turn. Problem here is, the problem with my situation is if I get a white source here and cast this, I cannot hard cast the Endurance. And it is really awkward. I think I wait. I just need them to keep missing. Okay. Now when Amalgam's there, I have to manually discard here. And Amalgam. Okay. That's a backbreaking spell here. I think I can cast the Hierarch now. Yep. Yep. So we're going to get a green source here. Flash and Containment Priest. Yep. All right. Awesome win for us there, guys. I wasn't thinking we were going to be able to keep up with Dredge there, but our opponent fell apart in game 2, and we just found our hate pieces in game 3. A little suspect whether I should cast that Noble Hierarch on a turn earlier, but once I drew the Surgical, I think I probably had to be a little more aggressive there, but we got the win. We'll take it. Okay, guys, here we are in round 4 of our Vintage League. We're playing Bant. We've run into Gus Glass. Gus Glass, I think, started their Vintage Chops out with White Initiative. I think most recently they've started to play Dredge. We did win a die roll here. Unfortunately for us, though, our hand is non-functional. If they are on Dredge, Wasteland does look pretty good. That said, I don't think that this is functional enough for us to keep against Dredge. I think we just need to do better. Okay, this is a hand I can get behind. Okay, we're going to keep this one. What do we want to put back here? I think I'll put back. You know what? Lotus Petal is a bullet, but it's an on-color mox, so maybe I put this away. Like if I find a Lavinia or something like that. I guess that won't be this turn, but here we are playing against Bazaar. We're on Cradle. All right, let's see what we can find here. Don't really like our chances here, but that could change significantly with a brainstorm, so let's see. Okay, well, Lavinia is very likely to be strong in this particular situation. Now, I have to burn a lot of resources to do it, but I think it's actually worth it. Now, Cradlevine does not die to Lavinia, but Lavinia certainly can cause problems for the deck. Like if they've kept a Bazaar only hand and it shuts off all of their root walls and their hollow ones. Now they can bring a Benjamine back from the yard. So let's see. Opponent is deep in the tank on this one. I have played a substantial amount of Cradlevine in my tenure, and Lavinia, when unexpected, can really hurt you. So we're going to try and get the Exalted feature here, and I don't think there's a reason to incentivize them with the jet at the moment, but I'm going to plow in for 3 here, and we'll pass turn. I mean, Force of Vigor doesn't work anyways because of Lavinia, but Lavinia can go the distance, though, against these decks. I mean, obviously, we want to be able to take our opponent's ability to keep Bazaring away if able. Because they can start casting spells, which are going to get in the way of my Lavinia there. But hopefully we can draw some bombs. Like, I think one of the best cards we could see would be like an Archon or a White Plume Adventurer. Be very strong here. Wasteland, of course, definitely looking for Wasteland. Okay, Collector Roof down. So there's a Boseiju. Okay, there's a Root Wall. Okay, there's the Wasteland. It's hard to know what we want to actually get rid of here. But I think the Bazaar is the scariest card because the Bazaar lets them filter. So I'm going to continue to do that. And we just have to hope we can draw some stuff out of our deck here. Like, our mana's pretty secure. Like, yes, they can go after my mana here. But, okay, Collector Roof is fine. That was a good draw. See if they offer up the trade here. They probably are going to take it. I guess it's somewhat contingent on whether they have a Bazaar in hand or not. Gaia's Cradle's a bit of a bummer if they have it, but I'm okay with that. Like, the card that scares me the most here would be a Hex Drinker, but we have the instant speed removal for it. Yep, and so they can pump their Root Wall up and try and race me here. They did not pump, so they got another creature here. Yep. I'm not going to Wasteland here. Time Walk was a really nice draw for us. Because this puts us firmly ahead in the race. Guess I can play this out now. It doesn't really matter. Brainstorm is gone. I've lost my ability to filter. That's another creature I can start attacking with. We're holding up all right here. I will not attack here. I guess I could. I guess I could have done that, but well, I guess what I'm going to set up for is a blowout here with the swords. Be a little patient here and hope they don't find. Oh, Cradle. Oh no, that was like their best draw for sure. Oops. Okay. And that was literally their best draw. And instantly punished me for wastelanding Boseiju, but let us see. No attack, okay. I am going to attack with the Collector Roof here. It's going to require my opponent to lose one of their mana off the Cradle. I think that's fine. We just need to find one of our flyers here, like Archon or Faerie Mastermind, really change the trajectory of this game. But we got to be careful here. They're just taking it? No. I will trade here. Yep. All right, we need some help, guys. I have to hope they don't have anything here. Okay, they found a Bazaar. Wow. We need some help here. Yep. Did they find a... No, they did not. These just got countered. They did find a Ghast, though. Yeah, this is pretty unfortunate. I think I am going to be forced to find a flyer here. Wasteland would be really nice. Or Strip Mine. Okay, I can live with that. Let's get that thing into play. Just another beat stick. Bloodghast could come in here. They have another land. We have 8 flyers in our deck. 8 out of 44 cards. It's one at a time, yep. Trying to fade Hex Drinker if I can here. This Lavinia, though, has been pulling weight. Kept me in a game I otherwise would have been dead. Turn 2. Okay, opponent's thinking this one over. Boy, did I get punished for wastelanding up to Seiju. Pretty sure I would have had this one mopped up without the Cradle here. My deck is not known for its size. Excuse me. Like, just a lot of little hate bears in the deck. And just even a 3/3 power is pretty difficult. Sad to say, but I cannot attack easily into it. I need my flyers to do that. The good news is, against the style of deck, Faerie Mastermind can be very good, being able to flash it in with my opponent hitting their Bazaar if they're looking for something in a hurry. And the extra card draw, just even an extra card really matters. Like in this situation, I'm down to 1 card here, like, a bit scary. Bloodghast, yep. Okay, so they're going to discard that and bring in a couple Ghasts. It's pretty bad for me if they do. Bloodghast is a troublesome card. Okay. Well, we're going to need some help here, guys. Yeah, jeez. I think I attack with Lavinia here. I'll use my swords to get a 2-for-1 if they do decide to block, double block, and they probably will with the 2 collectors, I suspect. And this will set them back somewhat. They have to know that I've got a second Lavinia in hand here. But they don't necessarily telegraph that I have a swords because I've held off on the swords a really long time. Oh, interesting. I think I'd kill the 2 Root Wallas, right? Oh yeah, I was going to say, that's not a good block. Yep. But what they did is they put themselves within range of a Faerie Mastermind or an Archon. So my opponent is very likely to get 2 Blood Gas back here. So they kept a land in hand with all likelihood to get their 2 Blood Gas. Yep. Okay, these 2 Strip Mines are actually looking pretty powerful here. It does actually hurt me. Do they attack in? Take 2. Come on, Archon Mastermind. This is risky. If they double wasteland me here, I could get really punished for this line. I got to try, though, guys. Now we just got to fade the wastelands here till end of combat. Okay, we did. Okay, we're both hellbent. So opponent is actively trying to bring a Vengevine back. They don't care about the root wall as getting countered. The good news is they've gone through quite a few of them. So if we can fade this vine here, this is pretty huge. Okay. I have to take it. Just really need some help here. Recall would be nice. Archon, Faerie Mastermind, Swords. That's a pretty good one. That is a really good one. This stops their offense. Can I even attack here? It's not really. It's just kind of... But it does take away Cradle mana. Do I attack? I think I do. It means that they'll only have one blocker for next turn. So I'm going to do it. I realize I'm trading 1-for-1 here, but I think it knocks them off a mana off a Cradle to be making it harder for them to hard cast a hollow one. In addition to that, they cannot block with Bloodghasts. And so it means that they need to find something. So no guarantees here, but like the Bloodghasts are not a profitable attack. They can get the initiative off me if I choose to let it go that way. But let's see what happens here. Hopefully they can't bring that vine back. Wow, what a grind that game was. I think we were really lucky to win that because we bricked a lot. Okay. You know, Surgical's not that good against them. Thalia's not great. Flusterstorm's pretty dead. Mental Misstep is not very good, really. It gets Root Wallace. I like Liberator. Collector Reef is not great. Daze seems okay, I guess. Don't think Sylvan Library is a card I got a ton of time for. Can I take these Thalias out? Thalia does stop Root Wallace, at least unpumped ones, but I got a number of cards that do that. Like, I honestly don't feel like Surgical's very good. Okay, let's try this out. This hand's pretty bad. Much better. Much, much better. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to take that away. I mean, their hand was not a potent start by any means. Now, of course, that could change significantly with a Gaia's Cradle into a Hex Drinker here or something, but let's see what they got. They can pump. Yeah. Not bad. Probably just got, actually, yeah, maybe should have done that in case I hit a Lotus. I could Swords this. Didn't beat down. I feel like I need an Ancestral here. And I have to get a basic island. Okay. A little disappointed I didn't hit land here, guys. That was actually a real blow because they're going to get my land here. Hmm. How am I going to get this here? I don't think I'm blocking this turn no matter what. I think I just get a drop, cast Noble Hierarch, Cutaxian Probe. You know, I'm just in a lot of trouble here. Lotus, that would save me. Swords is looking good. I can never get there. If I find a, let me put it this way: if I find another white source off the top, that could be good for me. Yep. But this is what Cradle Vine does. It can Basking Root Wall. Yep. It can just grind you out. I really need a land off the top because I'm almost assuredly getting wastelanded here. Okay, opponent is in the tank here, but they've got to watch their time a little bit. They are down to 7 minutes here, and we're in game 2. Now, I am a low life here, but no, they didn't pump. What does that mean? Do they have the Hex Drinker? Okay. 1201. Yep, that does work. Yep. Tundra? Lavinia. I am going to die here. Playing the clock a little bit here. See if I can survive another turn, but I have lost to this board here. Unfortunately. See what we can peel off the top here. White source? Oh, nice. And then another swords to play here. And we're going to a game 3. They're just wasting time on their clock. They don't even need to do that. I have lethal on the table. Or they have lethal on the table, excuse me. All right. A little bit disappointing there. We just had some trouble finding lands. We bricked on that Ancestral, and that was kind of it for us, wasn't it? I do think Surgical's just not really very good. I think Dahlia is just better. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Like, Civil Matter is just better. The thing I don't like about Thalia is it shuts off my swords. It taxes my swords, and that's a problem. Okay. I mean, if you say so. And this card took me all the way in game one. It's not easy for this deck to remove unless they have Caracas in their deck. Well, yeah. This, I mean, it really does do a lot of work here. Especially when we're battling it out on the clock, too, as a secondary win condition. This does slow things down significantly. Nice. Okay. Yep. Okay, they did find a vine. So we'll see if they come in. We're dealing 4 for 4 here, so it'll be interesting to see. We have 2 dead cards on top, so that does not serve us. We can pass turn here to flip our Liberator. I'm not going to draw with the Faerie Mastermind. If they have another one, I think that's fine. But this is going to swing the damage race in my favor here. And they can wasteland me here. Them casting a Collector Roof is a bit of a beating. They forgot about it. Yep, or maybe they didn't. All right, guys. Nice win for us there against Cradle Vine. And not really sure how favored we were there, but we were able to deploy a turn 1 Lavinia, our 2 games that we won in that match. And after me saying Lavinia is typically not amazing against that deck, it was able to go the distance, and it can sometimes. All right, guys, see you for a trophy match. Okay, guys, here we are in round 5 of our Vintage League with Bant. We are playing for a trophy, actually. We're on the draw with this hand. We get a redraw potentially with Cataxian Probe, double swords, Faerie Mastermind, but I just think this is too suspect to keep a hand like that. I like this hand a lot better. I think we put Island back here. Let's see who we're playing against. Oh, okay, Bizarre deck. Oh, Squeevine. Can we keep this hand against Squee? I don't think so. This is much better. Let's put 2 back. I guess I put a Daze away. We have our best card against them is Wasteland. Interesting, they passed. I cannot protect it with Daze. That's the problem I have here. And I have to Wasteland, right? Let's hope they don't have a second Bazaar. They didn't Noxious there. They do. Well, that's pretty bad for me. And I wouldn't mind an Archon off the top. It's in. That double squee is awful, though. They're going to really take advantage of me in this game. I think I should have probably tapped down my Noble Hierarch and played my Misty there and not cracked my Misty. Like, Daze is likely to be effectual against this deck. It's just a matter of what I want to play it on. And it's certainly not a Root Walla. Yep. Wasteland, please. Archon, please. If I can hold those Root Wallas at bay, I think it's worth it for now. Just flip this thing and hope they can't do anything. Okay. This can remove the hollow one here now. Yeah, I'm losing very badly. I mean, they're basically Ancestral Recalling every turn. It's not good for me. But hopefully they can't flip my Trap Breaker here. I mean, they got a lot of cards here. Okay, there's one. Okay, that's only one. Yep. Yep, they flipped my Trap Breaker again. Damn. Okay, well, this is as good as an opportunity as any. They could force here. All right, nice. Probably should just sacrifice this thing. I think that's over. I should have played the Hierarch out there, guys. I am just going to remove this hollow one here. I gave up the damage. Not optimal. Not going to play with my Mox. There are the other Mox. I have to cut my losses a little bit here. It's unfortunate, but hollow one. All right, we can scoop this one up. They're going to get us here. Okay, now Lavinia is a lot more powerful against this deck than it is the Cradle Mind deck because this deck has a lot of difficulty casting its spells. And it is far more vulnerable to Surgical. And Thalia, despite it is suboptimal in my own list, it is fine here because they are all free spells, their deck. Collector Roof is not good. Flusterstorm, I don't think I need it. Certainly won't misstep. Probe, I don't need. So what's going to go here? I think Faerie Mastermind is good. Like, does Containment Priest do anything? Not really. It does stop Vengevines, but I have other tools for that. So this is really more for Oath of Druids and Dredge. Outland Liberator is fine. I think Master Faerie Mind is decent. I don't mind Days. Well, we can only do so much here. There's only so much we can do. We're just going to play our game. Pretty awkward. The misstep on Noxious Revival is what makes this somewhat viable, guys. I can daze their play. Oof, that's a nice one. And let's hope we stifled them off of... This deck does not do anything without its Bazaars. So we have 2 counter spells here for Noxious Revival, but if they have another Bazaar in hand, I can't do anything. Okay. Didn't work. And there's another deck I've played a lot of in my time. And one of the things that I dislike about it most is the fact that it is 100% reliant on Bazaar to function. Well, Lavinia's a really good card, guys. I mean, I can get a basic here. And then I'll get a Tundra. Lavinia is very strong against my opponent here. If they force this, we can daze our Tundra back to hand, which is pretty decent. Oh. Maybe I do it anyways. I think I do. They can pay for it, I realize. But it preserves my... Hopefully they don't have another Noxious. Mm-hmm. Hopefully this works. I'd like to get some pressure on my opponent here. It's a nice card if I can ever cast it. Okay. Not good. Faltering here. Of course, my opponent is struggling, but that's what their deck does, is it really struggles without their Bazaar. But we have to be able to apply enough pressure to be able to close them out before they get another Bazaar going. Okay, that's good. Okay. White Source. Love to get Lavinia in play here. All right, we should be able to manage our opponent here. I'm happy if they pay a life. I think that's totally fine. Yep, that was definitely a play that I was on my radar. A little bit sad to see it happen, but especially because my next two draws are really awful. Bizarre. All right. They have force of will too. I can't stop this. Yep, they got me. Very nicely done. All right, well, I don't think I can win now. Yeah, I can't because I know what my next cards are. Yeah, that was a great match. Well done by my opponent there. I was feeling pretty good. Obviously we were just one Faerie Mastermind away from being able to end the game, but Fury is a card that these decks have, and they were able to just counter my Lavinia at a key time. And anyways, we will take that, guys. I hope you enjoyed this match, this set of matches, and we're going to see you next time. If you haven't done so already, hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks, guys.